So, good afternoon, students. So, in previous video lecture, we have learned that what is optical fiber, what is the structure of optical fiber, and in today's video lecture, this we have learned in previous video lecture. So, today's lecture we are going to learn what is acceptance angle and what is a numerical aperture. Okay. So, what is acceptance cone that we are going to learn today, and what is the numerical aperture for optical fiber? So in previous lecture, what we have learned is that this if these rays are entered through this optical fiber, this angle should be greater than this critical angle. So this is theta c. At this critical angle, the rays will be parallel to the axis of the optical fiber. When the ray enter to this optical fiber, if angle made at the interface of core and cladding, this if this angle is greater than critical angle or equals to critical angle, then it ray will be parallel. If greater, then it will get reflected in the core. Okay. So now suppose this one is your launching end, means यहाँ से अपन light send करेंगे optical fiber के ऊपर. That's why it is known as your launching end. Suppose light is entered from the air to this optical fiber. So it consists of core and cladding. Core has refractive index n1 and cladding has refractive index n2, such that refractive index of core is greater than refractive index of the cladding. Now when this rays is enter to this angle theta naught here at the launching end, and this ray will now change its direction because there is a change in refractive index air to core, then it will be make an angle at the interface of core and cladding theta c. Okay, so then it will get parallel to this axis of the optical fiber because this angle is the critical angle. So that means if the rays which are entered to this optical fiber having angle less than theta naught, means यहाँ से जो भी रेज आएगा, यहाँ से रे फॉर्म होगा तो इसका ये जो एंगल एक्सिस के साथ फॉर्म होगा ये वाला. Okay, if you observe this as a plane, so यहाँ से जो एंगल फॉर्म हो गया, देखो ये this angle is less than theta naught. Okay, so अगर if the rays goes straight, ऐसे straight जाता है तो ये वाला एंगल क्या होगा, 0. So that means if the light ray which is entering to this optical fiber, if these angles are less than theta naught, then this will get transmitted through this optical fiber. मतलब थीटा नॉट के लेस में जो भी रेज जाएंगे इसके अंदर से, वो सभी इसके अंदर से ट्रांसमिट हो जाएंगे. दैट मीन्स इट विल फॉलोज द फिनोमेना ऑफ टोटल इंटरनल रिफ्लेक्शन. So if you make this theta naught angle, okay, then this theta naught angle is known as your acceptance angle, maximum angle. So what is acceptance angle? The maximum angle. इससे ज़्यादा अगर एंगल वाला रे अपन इस यहाँ से डालेंगे तो वो यहाँ पे जो एंगल फॉर्म करेगा वो थीटा सी से लेस रहेगा, इसलिए वो ट्रांसमिट नहीं हो पाएगा. लेकिन थीटा नॉट के साथ जो रे जाएगा वो कितना एंगल फॉर्म करेगा यहाँ पे, थीटा सी इक्वल टू क्रिटिकल एंगल. So that's why they say that what is acceptance angle? The maximum angle that light ray can have with the axis of the optical fiber, where at the launching end, you can add here at the launching end, so that light remains confined in the fiber and suffers the total internal reflection. So for occurs the total internal reflection, the angle made at the axis of the optical fiber at the launching edge, this maximum angle is known as your acceptance angle. Okay, and it is denoted by which angle, theta naught. Okay, this is the symbol for denotation of the acceptance angle. And if you टेक इफ यू फॉर्म ए कोन, मतलब आइसक्रीम का जैसा कोन होता है ना, वैसे अगर आपने यहाँ पे कोन फॉर्म किया, इफ यू मेक द कोन हैविंग एंगल ट्वाइस थीटा नॉट ऑन द लोअर साइड एंड थीटा नॉट ऑन द अपर साइड, सो टोटल एंगल विल बी ट्वाइस थीटा नॉट. If you forms the cone having angle twice theta naught, then all rays which are entering to through this cone will be transmitted through the optical fiber. मतलब इस कोन के अंदर जितने भी रेज इस कोन के अंदर से जाएंगे वो सभी इस ऑप्टिकल फाइबर में से ट्रांसमिट होंगे, और जो कोन के बाहर से जाएंगे वो ट्रांसमिट होंगे क्या, नहीं, वो नहीं ट्रांसमिट होंगे क्योंकि वहाँ वो क्रिटिकल एंगल का कंडीशन यहाँ पे फुलफिल नहीं करेंगे. सो दिस कोन is a acceptance cones, means this cone accept those rays which are allowed it to transmit through this optical fiber. Hence this cone is known as your acceptance cone of this optical fiber. Okay, so so if what is acceptance cones? The ray entering within the cone having angle twice theta naught are accepted by the fiber, and this cone is known as your acceptance cone. Okay, so this is your acceptance angle theta naught, and this is your acceptance cone for optical fiber. Okay, now how will you get expression for the acceptance cone? Okay, so here observe that when light, this is the launching it, light enters to this optical fiber from air medium to the core medium. So theta naught is your acceptance angle, this is the core, and here it will be get reflected and it will form the critical angle at the interface of core and cladding. So now we have to obtain the expression for the acceptance angle, that is theta naught. So this expression we have to obtain in terms of refractive index of core and cladding. So if you say observed here, this is the incidence angle and this one is your refracted angle. Theta naught is your incidence angle, and here this angle is your 90 minus theta c, because if you consider this angle A, triangle ABC, this angle is theta c, this angle is 90 degrees. So what is this angle? This angle will be 90 minus critical angle. Okay, because the addition of all three side angles of the triangle is 180 degree. So if this values, this angle will be your 9. If you take it, this angle is your 90. Okay, 90 minus theta c. Theta c is your critical angle. Okay, so this, what is here? Here the angle of incidence is theta naught and this angle of incidence is 90 minus theta c. So if you apply the Snell's law here, sine of incidence angle is theta naught, sine of refraction, angle of refraction, so that is 90 minus theta c. So this is equals to ref, refractive index of core n1 divided by refractive index of the cladding, so n1 divided by n naught. Okay, here n1 is the refractive index of the core, n naught is the launching it, so it is the refractive index of the air, and n2 is your refractive index of the cladding. So sine 90 minus theta is equals to your cos theta. So I can replace this sine 90 minus theta c with the cos theta c. Okay. So what is this? This equation now reduced to sine theta naught divided by cos theta c is equals to n1 divided by n naught. n1 is the refractive index of the core and n naught is the refractive index of the air. But what is the refractive index of the air? We take refractive index of the air is nearly equals to 1. So in next portion we will take convert this as a 1. So if this sine theta c is equals to n2 divided by n1, then what is the value of cos theta c? This will be equals to your under root of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square. So this is also very simple how you can get this equation. So you will get this equation easily. Uh, what is the value of sine square theta plus cos square theta? Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So sine square theta, okay, plus cos square theta, that is equals to 1. So what is uh, cos theta? So cos theta is equals to under root of 1 minus sine square theta, because cos square theta is equals to your 1 minus sine square theta. So what is cos theta? Cos theta is equals to this. So simply similarly, what is cos theta c critical angle? It is 1 minus sine square theta c. If you substitute the value of, okay, observe that what is sine square theta? Sine square theta cos square theta is equals to 1 plus, so what is cos theta? 1 under root of 1 minus sine square theta. So what is cos theta c? 1 under root of 1 minus sine square theta c. If you substitute here sine square theta c, that sine square theta c is equals to n1, that sine value of the critical angle sine theta c is equals to n2 divided by n1, then this equation will be under root of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square. So here we'll get the value of cos theta c in this equation. If you substitute this value of cos theta c, This equation will gives you the value equation that sin theta naught is equals to cos theta c n2 divided n1 divided by n naught. If you substitute this value of cos theta c, 1 minus under root of n2 square divided by n1 square into n1 divided by n naught. So this will gives you relation this. Okay. Now you will question, sir, how this relation will come. Okay, we will solve this now also. First we will remove this. Okay, so here in this equation, one minute. Okay, so in this equation now, so what happens, the value of in here under root of 1 minus n2 square divided by n1 square into it is into, here it is not under root, n1 divided by n naught. Okay, so this equation I can write as a n1 square minus n2 square, if I multiply this, divided by n1 square into this n1 divided by n naught. Okay, if I take this under root, okay, cancel if here observe that if I take under root outside, so this will be under root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n under root of n1 square means n1, so n1 into this will be n1 divided by n naught. So this n1 will get cancelled. So what is the remain? The remaining will be under root of n1 square. There will get this, this will be under root of n1 square. Okay, here we will erase it. So what will get, you will get under root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n naught. But what is the n naught? N naught is the refractive index of the air, which is equals to 1. So this value is 1, means this will equals to you under root of n1 square minus n2 square. So sin theta naught is equals to under root of n1 square minus n2 square. If you simplify this relation in this way, okay, so simple. If you simplify this, this will be multiplied with this n1 square minus n2 square, n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1 square into n1 divided by n2. It is in under root n1 square means it is equals to n1, and this quantity will be under root of n1 square n1 n2 square. So this n1 square and this n1, sorry, this n1 and this n1 will get cancelled, divided by n naught. N naught is your refractive index of the air. That means air is launched, these rays are launched from the air medium. So if you substitute this n naught is equals to 1, you will get this equation. So this is the equation for your acceptance angle. So what is acceptance angle? It is the sine inverse of under root of n1 square minus n2 square. So this acceptance angle is also depends upon the refractive index of the core and colliding. So core and colliding refractive index are plays very vital role in order to determine your critical angle as well as your acceptance angle. Now, what is numerical aperture? So numerical aperture, it measures the light gathering capacity of the optical fiber. Means how much light that optical fiber can gather. So that gives you the numerical aperture, and it is given by in terms of numerical aperture is a sign of acceptance angle. So it is given by numeric, it is a numerical term. Okay, it is value is constant. So if more light gathering capacity, optical fiber having more light gathering capacity, then its numerical aperture will be large. If low, then it has numerical aperture will be low. Single mode step index fiber having a low numerical aperture, multi-mode optical fiber having the high numerical aperture. Okay, so what is numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is given by under root of n1 square minus n2 square. Okay, so next is your fractional change in refractive index. So fractional change in refractive index, it is the ratio of difference in core and fractional difference in the core refractive index of the core and colliding. So that is n1 minus n2 divided by n1. So that is known as your fractional change in refractive index. So this is about your numerical aperture, and this is your fractional refractive index. Okay, now what is the relation between numerical aperture and fractional refractive index? Now what is this? If you take n1 minus n2 square, n1 minus n2 square, a square minus b square, what is a plus b, a minus b? So n1 square minus n2 square is equals to n1 plus n2 into n1 minus n2. So if what I have to do is I have to multiply twice n1 to the numerator and to denominator. In this side I have multiplied twice n1 in upward and downward. So if I arrange this, twice n1 divided by this twice n1. Okay. Now what is fractional refractive index? N1 minus n2 divided by n1. So that is your delta, right? And the refractive, actually in practically the refractive index of core and cladding, actually core is greater than cladding, but the refractive index very are nearly very close to each other. मतलब दोनों का refractive index तकरीबन सेम होता है, but core का refractive index ज़्यादा होता है core से. So generally you can take n1 plus n2 is nearly equals to twice n1. So if you this equals to twice n1, this n1, this twice n1 will get and this cancel, 2 will also get cancelled. So if you arrange this equation, you will get this n1 minus n2 square is equals to twice of n1 square into fractional change in refractive index or fractional refractive index. So now what is the numerical aperture? Numerical aperture is equals to under root of n1 square minus n2 square, and by simplification process what we have find out, under n1 square minus n2 square is equals to twice n1 square into delta. So this numerical aperture is equals to under root of n1 square minus n2 square. If you substitute this n1 square minus n2 square with twice n1 square into fractional refractive index, then this total quantity will be under root. Okay, if you solve this quantity will be equals to equals to, this will be there will be the under root, this will be in the under root of, there will be twice n1, this n1 its square will be there. Okay, and into fractional refractive index, fractional refractive index. So what is, and if you solve this, so under root of n1 square means n1 take outside, and this is under root of 2 delta. So this is the relation between numerical aperture and fractional refractive index. Okay, so this is about your numerical aperture and fractional change in refractive index. Now this portion I have explained, or I have provided one video lectures to you. In that portion there is a given about the classification of optical fiber. Generally optical fibers are three types: step index fiber, multimode step index fiber, and graded index fiber. In case of graded index fiber, what happens? The refractive index is gradually increases from the interface of core and cladding, and it is maximum at the center. But in case of step index fiber and multimode fiber, there is a sudden change in refractive index. Means in refractive index of cladding is n2, and suddenly there is a change in refractive index of the core. So it is a stepwise increase, and it is a gradual increase. Gradual increase means refractive index goes on increasing, and it is a maximum at the center. So what happens in case of step index fiber? Only one mode of propagation, means rays will be moves along the axis. सिंगल मोड, एक ही मोड में रेस प्रोपोगेट होता है, दूसरे मोड्स में प्रोपोगेट नहीं होता है. सो this is known as your step index fiber. So which having the core having refractive index n1 and cladding having the refractive index n2, but this core is of very small diameter. So here the diameter of the core is 8 to 10 micrometer. Cladding has a diameter from 100 to 125 micrometer. Okay, and it has only single mode. इसमें से सिर्फ एक ही single mode propagate होता है. Okay, second fiber is your multimode fiber. Means here the core size is large. यहाँ पे core का size कैसा है, ज़्यादा है. So here number of modes of propagation can be possible. So light can propagate along this direction, this direction, this direction. So it can, there are 1 to 100 number of modes of propagation possible. Okay, so that this core size, because this core size is very large, so core has diameter of 50 micrometer in multimode step index fiber. But difference is that here the change in refractive index of core and cladding is abrupt or stepwise. So that is the step index fiber. These two are the step index fiber. This is the single mode, that's why it is a single mode step index fiber. It is multi-mode step index fiber. But what is the disadvantage is that here the light path is different, so light ray will not reach at the output at the same time. मतलब एक ही टाइम आउटपुट पे रेज नहीं पहुंच पाते in case of multimode fiber. So that's why there is a dispersion is there. So in order to overcome this drawback, there is a graded index fiber here. As the ray enter to this optical fiber, this ray will move straight, but this ray will now bends. Okay, so that the light rays will obtain at the output at the same time. एक ही टाइम पे अपने को सभी आउटपुट के रेज यहाँ पे मिलेंगे. ओके, बिकॉज इट इज यहाँ पे ये बेंड क्यों हो गए, बिकॉज रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स इज नॉट कांस्टेंट, इट ग्रेजुअली इंक्रीजेस, इट इज मैक्सिमम एट सेंटर देन इट डिक्रीजेस. So the rays will, as the rays, these rays which are moving in the upward direction, it will move faster, this ray will move slower, because here refractive index is large, here refractive index is small, so this ray will move fast here. Here here refractive index again is small, so here these rays will move again fast. So in this way the rays will arrive at the same time at the output, so there will be no dispersion. Okay, so that is the advantage of your graded index multimode fiber. So this is about your classification of optical fiber. So in this way we have, in today's lecture we have learned about the acceptance angle, acceptance cone, okay, and relation between numerical aperture and fractional refractive index, as well as we have learned this relation and this classification. Okay, here we stop now. In our next lecture we are going to learn about the what are the losses in optical fiber and what are the applications of optical fiber. So okay, thank you.